We're up. We'll just let it start populating some people in here.
Mm-hmm.
See, it's not even up on YouTube yet, I don't think.
It seems to take about 15 seconds to stream over there.
All right, there we go. I need to send it to our number one fan, Timon.
That's right. Ty in the house.
Hello, Mr. Uncle Joe. Can you please send me the link, Mr. Uncle?
Boom. One link coming at you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's into it. He's really into it.
He is.
That's what you want, right? I mean, 12
He's
years
into
old.
it. He wants to learn it.
All over it, yeah.
He wants to learn how to do the whole thing. He might be your coder, your future coder. All right. Let's do it. All right, chat live. DynamoCoin. And there's Shaun Neal at the bottom. Let's bring everybody up here. Shaun Neal, Keith Carpentier, and me, Joe Floccari. We are going to talk to you about. Let's go to the markets today. 5-day market low. The last few days are down, but that's just a slight pullback. Those are people just taking some profits. No big deal. You may think, but the crypto world, the YouTube world says this is the beginning of the end because we're down 1%, calling for a $30,000 crash. Others are saying this is the start of altcoin season because Bitcoin dominance is down to 44. Ethereum is around 3,000. Bitcoin's around 45. Ethereum rival Solana's actually had a good week. They are up double in the last week. That's basically because of all the NFT and DeFi usage. Here's a live look, minute by minute, from the markets. Shaun, Keith, any wise advice, thoughts?
The sky is not falling, I'll tell you that. And again, we talked about this ad nauseum. Like, this is kind of the stuff that we all look for. We look to see if the markets behave in an orderly fashion. Candidly, with an insane run like that, with 30, 40+% in 60 days or so, you would expect exactly what you said, Joe. You would expect some healthy, normal profit taking in a functional market. So candidly, as a spectator to all this, I'm really fascinated to see where it goes. I definitely don't think we're entering crypto winter 2.0. But traditionally, this is one of the slowest trading periods of, any market in the United States specifically. So trading volumes slow down a little bit. People sit on the sidelines. There's not a lot of catalyst or momentum to push the market. So I'm kind of in Shaun's camp now that I do expect a little bit of lateral movement, some sideways movement. We burned through a few weeks. And then I do think it kind of resumes that upward trajectory.
You kind of see a sideways movement like we saw with the 29, 30,000. Shaun.
Yeah, definitely. I agree. I mean, I still could see, I could see an Ethereum 26 or 24, no problem, which would be a 20 or 30% drop. I would not be surprised to see that. But in crypto, with all this volatility, that would be completely expected and not a sign of, traditional. And, I know some people have said dead cat bounce. You see that in the popular press a lot. I don't think that crypto behaves in the same way when you talk about something like that relating to equities. This is a different kind of asset class that is so nascent. People are still trying to figure out what it does and what the true value is and what the multiplier looks like. So I don't think that you could say, oh, let me do some technical analysis and I'm above or below a 200 SMA. Those kind of things don't.
Boo, technical analysis.
Yeah.
Boo, Joe, boo.
Yeah, I'm not going with that. So you could see 2,600 Ethereum and you could see 4,000 Ethereum. But I do like where the range is coming in, right? This range of a $2 trillion asset class means that it's for real, right? Like this is really a good solid base. And even if it went down 50% as a sector, that would still be just an incredible upside from where we were a year ago, right? So crypto is here to stay. I think we will be range bound. I think that you can definitely see, again, a 20 or 30% drop in the next couple of weeks, but you could also see a 20 or 30% upside.
Yeah, and I mean, you see in mainstream, you see in institutional adoption a lot more now.
Which is long-term money, right? That's that kind of money. When somebody plops down 10 or 50 million dollars or whatever, they're not in and out of it. They're stuck. They're stuck for a while. So, yep.
Yeah, absolutely. And to jump on that one, Shaun, I don't know if you guys saw the news. Walmart placed an ad for a director level hire for crypto and digital currency. A lot of speculation is that in response to the Amazon posting, like regardless who cares, the reality is they're putting some senior level positions and dollars and awareness on the boards, which goes hand in hand to everything you're saying about institutional adoption.
Yep. You can't ignore it anymore, right? It's just like credit cards, 40 years ago, right? Everybody said it's not going to work, whatever.
Yeah.
You can't ignore it anymore.
Yeah, it's now about picking the winners, right?
Yep.
Hey, Blockchain John in the house. We'll give the shout out.
I was going to bring up this because the same subject. He's, Kevin O'Leary explained the other day, because he does have Ethereum and he does have some crypto assets, but talks about how, they really do need certain, for fully the institutional money to come in because they need to answer to people. They need certain regulations.
And I think that's an interesting tension, right? Because crypto is all about resisting the institution. It's the anti-bank, right? It's the anti-institution. And so there's going to be some interesting tension that needs to be resolved, before we really figure out like where does this thing have a place in society. It's going to move from facilitating illegal transactions or whatever else it's doing to being something that is meaningful. And I think that that's going to play out over the next 1 to 2 years, but people just can't ignore that anymore, right? It's too big to ignore.
So. Yeah, it's an interesting catch because you do need the institutions to go to the next level. So you're going to need that regulation to go to the next level.
I'm going to take the other side of that one, Joe, and say that the inverse of that also applies. When these guys do their end of year print, as to what they're holding, and their returns, are they necessarily going to want to show that they completely sat out this astronomical run up? It could reflect negatively that they're out of touch. Their overall return to their investor group is subpar. So there's another side of that coin where getting involved, there's a lot of pressure to get involved in the asset management universe.
Yeah, this whole idea of chasing yield and and of course inflation and the idea that if you didn't get into crypto, you lost out on a 60% upside, and your shareholders or whoever they are that you're beholden to are seeing other people experiencing those gains and you didn't. Like, there's going to be a lot of questions to answer. So
darn right.
Yep, definitely.
All right, let's switch over. It looks like we got some people on here, and we need to go some updates on the Dynamo wallet. Let's go through and see what people are saying. That's the Bordeaux again, talking to Shaun.
No, this isn't Bordeaux Blanc. This is a Cab Sauv. So
Cab.
Yeah.
Puncraft Feels like more crypto being accepted by the general public, even in the last couple of months, going out to the bars. We are hearing and discussing it more and more gradually. Very true. Yep. I was in Central Park the other day. I heard 2 people discussing it. Blockchain in the house. John's in. Yes. Dynamo. All right.
Dynamo updates,
So
baby.
let's go to the Dynamo wallet. Sean has some updates about the Dynamo wallet.
Yeah, some
NFTs.
we'll talk. You know, it's a little bit nerdy technical update, but we did, or I did, mine the first NFT off of the Dynamo wallet today. So I was able to.
Woohoo!
Yep. So that's good news. On Friday, I am very confident that we'll be able to do a live demo of creating an NFT on chain, uploading it, and then viewing it, and perhaps sending it to somebody else. But all of that logic is in place. So we are going to natively support NFTs in the web wallet in the next couple of days. So, yep, some really cool stuff. And then, of course, you know, for people on Discord, as you know, I was kind of taking a little bit of a break from the hardcore programming last night. And, well, I guess very early this morning, I posted just a tiny teaser video of what our play to earn MMO is going to look like. It's very, you know, fantasy themed, something typical that you might see in World of Warcraft or Skyrim or one of these kind of things. But also based on the whole kind of Pokemon or Final Fantasy turn-based play, which is where all of these other crypto games, I think, are making great strides. I just saw yesterday that there was a game that was released, announced, a game that was announced, and they're selling in-game land, and they had already sold like $4 or $5 million worth of in-game land without even a game published.
Wow.
It's just crazy. So, I think the opportunities here are incredible, and we're going to tap into them. Yep. A lot of great things coming.
Well,
that's exciting.
John's here for Santa's free airdrops. I think on Friday.
Well, speaking of which, just to take one step back, guys, I think for those here with us tonight who may not have been on Friday's AMA and web wallet release, we had a fantastic show. We officially unveiled, took the wrappings off the Dynamo web wallet, which was received fantastically well. We did drop a lot of coins in a lot of wallets. So if anybody out there now did not do so, get out there, open up your web wallet, and send us the address. I mean, I think I can say we opened many hundreds of web wallets between Friday and the weekend. So fantastic growth for our little project here.
Yeah, we almost doubled the number of wallets since we did the release. So, yep,
fantastic.
But to really get us on the map, we need to do a 10x or a 20x. So we have a bit of work to go. I'm not going to poo-poo what we accomplished, but we do have some ways to go. And I think this web wallet combined with the play to earn is really what can put us on the map. That can give us some really wide adoption. So I'm very, very excited about releasing these couple of things. Got a lot of opportunity. Yeah.
Use your play to earn, and eventually we'll have games in here, right? Or you just click on the link and go to a game.
You're gonna click on the menu. There's a bottom item that says play to learn. That will take play to earn. That will take you directly to our online game, where you'll be able to buy game pieces with Dynamo, and then as you play games, you will earn Dynamo from your winnings. So, yep, absolutely. And then part of what I think should be in the design is a reward to the people who are holding Dynamo. So there'll be some sort of collective community fund that is paid for by all of the people who are buying the playing tokens or buying the land or doing the transactions. And I feel that part of that fund should go out to all the people who are holding Dynamo. And so we can look at what the wallet balances are at any given time. And, maybe anybody who has more than 100 Dynamo, you can get your pro rata share some payout. I'm still kind of toying around with that, but I feel like we should reward people who are early adopters for holding Dynamo. And so it'll be like a pseudo proof of stake kind of thing, just based on the game. It won't be true proof of stake, but it'll give an incentive for people to hold balances in a wallet.
I think there was one question out there about the wallet. Was that on the web wallet or the QT wallet?
The NFT that I created, well, the NFT class actually that I created was on the web wallet. Yep. That's not in production. I want to make sure it's solid, so I'm going to wait a couple of days. Like I said, we'll probably release that on Friday. I just want to make sure it's really tight, but that was on the web wallet. So I basically transferred all the logic that I had developed in C# and C++. I had to translate that all into JavaScript, but all that work is done, and it's working pretty well. So very happy. Me
being more of a video guy and besides photo, is there a difference between if I put videos up there and the length, if I NFT the video or a audio?
No. No, it doesn't matter. So we'll take any binary that you want. So if you want to post, the text of the Holy Roman Bible or whatever it is, you can upload that binary. So the only limitation is it's 16 megabytes. The maximum binary size of any one NFT is 16 megabytes. If you have something that's bigger, you can upload it in chapters or pieces or whatever. But yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess that was my question, because that's what a lot of people have issues with right now. I know on Rarible and some of the other places is you can't put video up because of the size.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Well, and a lot of those platforms are first of all, Rarible is completely centralized, right? That's not a decentralized platform, where we are completely decentralized. So they're going to impose their own limits, so there's not any kind of spamming or anything else. Mm-hmm. Yep.
Interesting. That was a little learning for me. Anybody else have any questions about the Dynamo wallets or anything like that? People are still wanting more.
And if not now, tune in Friday to the Friday Night Wine and Dine with the three of us for the next update.
The characters that are going to be in the game, what kind of characters? Can you make your own character? Like, can I put my emoji in there? Or?
Yeah, these games typically have a kind of stable of preset characters. And usually there's something like 40 to 50 different characters that have different attributes, different traits. The MMO world is used to this concept of what they call the Holy Trinity. So there's a thing they call the tank, which is something that kind of absorbs the damage. There's a healer, which heals everybody, and then they call it DPS, a damage dealer. And so each of the characters kind of falls into one of those three categories, where either they tank or they heal or they damage. And then you assemble your team based on whatever characters that you purchased from the marketplace or purchased from someone else. And so typically it's kind of, you'll have, like I said, like 30 or 40 different variations of these things. So you'll see those kinds of patterns in like League of Legends or World of Warcraft or Genshin Impact, any one of those kind of things. They're all the same. Or Pokemon, Final Fantasy. It just has like this preset list of characters. It's not like you make your own character and live in the world. That's more of an RPG kind of thing, which I would love to build as well, but that's more of a multi-year commitment. To pump something out, in the here and the now, we can do this turn-based MMO with preset characters, basically.
Okay. No, I was curious about that.
And a lot of people will be very familiar with that paradigm and those kind of play mechanics. And so that, so they'll be very quick to get on board and be able to understand, how that works.
And like the wallet, it's going to be very web-based. So you're going to be able to open up in your phone or open it up on your laptop.
Well, so it's very difficult to build a 3D game in a browser because 3D support within the browser is not universal. It's very difficult. So this will probably be an app, unfortunately, which it'll be more centralized. But I feel okay about that because this is the Dynamo Foundation saying we are building our own product to provide to the Dynamo community. right? This is not something that's meant to be decentralized. So this is an effort by the Dynamo Foundation to produce a product. So there will be an app. It'll be an iOS app, an Android app, a PC, a Mac, whatever. I'm using Unreal Engine, which can post to any one of the platforms. So that part will be centralized. But the characters in the land that you own will be NFTs on the blockchain. So that part will still be decentralized.
Honestly, for more mainstream adoption, people like downloading apps and feel safer downloading apps.
Absolutely.
I think it's almost better anyway if you want to get it out there.
Yep, definitely.
So.
And the main focus is mobile, right? The expectation is the predominance of the user base would be mobile.
Yeah, I think the most of the people who are going to play this in terms of play to earn are going to be in developing countries, and a lot of places still have the internet cafes shut down. A lot of these people can't afford desktop computers, so they go to internet cafes. That stuff is all shut down, but they do have mobile phones. And so, yes, this will absolutely be supported on iOS and Android in the App Store. And I really don't have any fear of censorship of this kind of thing because there's tons of games just like this out there in the store. So I don't think they're going to get taken down.
Okay. Oh, here we got another question. Do you expect issues with Apple not allowing the app due to being a play to earn app?
No. There's tons of them. There's tons of games like that already in the store. So no, not a concern.
Okay.
Because as long as you're earning Dynamo, right? If you're earning money, if you're earning US dollars or whatever Italian lira, that's a problem. But when you're earning crypto, it's not an issue.
Okay.
Yep.
And you told me it could be Pokemon based also. Is this so people can walk around town, walk into stores? Maybe it'll adapt into other.
Yeah, I thought about Pokemon Go and the whole kind of idea about, the pizza shop owner wants to incentivize people to come to their place. And so to collect that rare thing, you have to go there. That didn't really work very well for Pokemon Go. So I don't know. But no, this is not like an augmented reality thing. This is strictly only on your phone within the reality of your phone. There's nothing augmented reality. We could definitely do that, but that business model did not work well for them.
Okay. All right. I guess we'll start moving on a little bit unless anybody has any other questions. We can start getting into more of the news across the crypto world. Anything else to add before we move on? We can always come back if people have questions. I'm just trying
to questions. Need Jenny on the blockchain.
I know. Jenny has left us.
You love pulling out that cape, Shaun. You love pulling out the cape.
No. I like our hecklers.
Yep.
All right. Let's go into it. Binance with a slew of issues. Binance appoints former U.S. Treasury enforcer to drive its AML efforts. AML being, anti-money laundering efforts. And with everything going on and all the governments kind of going after Binance, and what was you've already had people leaving that have only been there a short time. It almost seems like a hopeless scenario, but here comes another one in. Will he be out the door shortly, or is this going to fix things? Yeah.
It's a good appeasement move, right? I mean, they're making a safe move, right? Who knows how long anybody stays anywhere for that matter, but
I feel like they're just throwing everything at the wall to see what sticks at this point.
Yeah. Again, it's the Wild West, They're just trying to figure it out, but having a Treasury credentialed, senior level person at Binance, it's probably a good move.
Yeah, and let's think about credit card companies, right? And not that I'm trying to take pot shots at any particular industry, but this is one industry that has been incredibly successful at convincing the government that self-regulation works, right? They have this utterly silly, useless thing called PCI, right? The payment card industry group, right? And they have this whole security regime around how they're going to keep people's credit card information safe and all these rules and regulations and everything else. It is a complete and utter failure, right? PCI is probably one of the largest American frauds that you could ever imagine, because there have been so many data breaches, despite all of the PCI and all of this quote unquote compliance. And so, I do hope that crypto is able to pull off the same, Houdini that the credit card companies industry has, because that would be great. And I think you see these kinds of things, like, people hiring these high-ranking officials from regulatory positions to try to figure out how we can convince the government that crypto is okay to be self-regulated. So I think that is what that is in the vein of, right? Trying to convince the government that it's okay for crypto to self-regulate.
How do you see this all turning out for Binance? I feel like they're so down the rabbit hole that they're either going to have to sell to somebody else and change their name. I just don't see it turning out well. A fine, I don't think the governments want just a fine. They want either wipe out Binance or, have them start over to somebody else.
When was the last time that you saw, a white collar executive go to prison?
But this is different. It's crypto. They don't consider I feel like they consider all of crypto like hackers, like black hat hackers in their head, don't they?
I do not see any criminal activity around this whatsoever. It's a fine. It's we're going to make this illegal and charge you a license to do it. But I don't see any criminal activity.
Yeah. And the other piece of that, Joe, is the absolute last thing that they want to do is have a situation where there's only one practically monopolistic marketplace, right? Yeah. Then you have Coinbase. Yeah. So I don't care what you name it. You can call it Uncle Bob's, crypto trading desk, but they're going to want to have at least that duopoly, and obviously preferably, more, but they're definitely not going to want it to go away.
And I mean, Binance US, we're talking about Binance, right? The international version. Binance US is 100% fully compliant. They really don't have any issues. I mean, they are doing all the AML KYC within the United States. So it's all about the international piece with it that, a lot of people are sort of scrutinizing, but I don't see anyone filing criminal charges. I just don't see it.
I've yet to use Binance just because I live in New York and I can't use Binance, but also Binance Europe or outside of the US is different. But I do find it amusing that they, speaking on his new role, Binance has a strong culture of putting their users first. And everything I've heard, it seems like it's a nightmare to use Binance, and anytime the markets are crashing, you can forget about going on the website.
No, actually, I would say that's my experience with them was very positive. We had a Binance token for a while. Their support was not particularly great, but the website always worked for me. Okay. For people who are in the United States and you want to not use Binance US, for about $30 a month, you can, or free, honestly, you can sign up for an Amazon Web Services account. And you can spin up a server in a region that is not regulated by the U.S. That's completely legal for a U.S. resident to use a computer in another area and access the site. It's just that Binance can't, be offered here. So,
Binance, I thought, but the rule is as a U.S. citizen, you cannot use Binance, because that's what I've been hearing all over online. You better. If they find out you're in the United States, or I tried to sign up as a U.S. citizen and I couldn't even sign up to Binance.com. Binance US is different. But Binance,
right. Binance.com will block US IP addresses. So, go on to Amazon and create an instance in another area, or you can just use a VPN. I mean, lots of people do that. So it's very easy to access. Really, from a technical standpoint, there's not a lot of friction if you're motivated.
Huncraft says they ripped him too.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pone.
All right. Let's go over to Facebook. Facebook. I love the next two stories are interesting to me because, I really feel like Facebook and Twitter are very centralized, but they want to get into this whole world of decentralization. And Mark Zuckerberg talked last week or a few weeks ago about how he wanted Facebook to become a metaverse. Well, now they have announced their first wallet is going to be launching soon, their own crypto wallet. They're going to have their own token. And they're in the process of getting approved across the United States. And I think, let's see, Facebook reveals digital wallet plans. There's a lot of states have already, looks like they're in a process of being approved.
Look, Facebook has some massive, massive structural problems, right? Their user base growing older, and for whatever reason, the younger generation, anybody, under 20, they don't have it. It's just not part of their world. So Facebook does need to do something kind of moonshot-ish. So this doesn't surprise me a bit. It'll be interesting to see, the plans as they coalesce further. But yeah, Zuck's got to do something.
Yeah. So one of the key things is, people on the platform will be able to exchange or buy things internationally easier because, you have that Facebook marketplace now.
Yeah, peer-to-peer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, this is the antithesis of everything that they stand for, right? Their whole value proposition is collecting and reselling your information. Crypto is about being anonymous. It's just they're at opposite ends of the universe. So I don't know. This is this feels like a gasping death breath, in terms of trying to get into something hip or whatever. I mean, like you said, their population is aging.
But I tell you, Shaun, I mean, don't you think it's the way they layer it? Like, yes, their whole outer shell, everything is about data collection, and monetizing that and centralizing that. Yeah. Maybe they sort of stuff this peer-to-peer crypto diem thing, a little kernel inside that, but it's still wrapped inside the Facebook ecosystem because they can't walk away from that. That's their everything. That's their oxygen.
Well, that's it. Right. You can't ignore this, but it's still at odds with what they stand for. And look, none of my kids, or even none of my 6 kids currently use Facebook. They all say that's a boomer platform. Yeah. Right. So I don't know.
They're grasping for something. Delia says I wouldn't give Facebook 1 Shiba. Little play on words, I think there.
Mm-hmm.
And on the same thing, when it becomes like social media, this and that, TikTok about a month ago was banned.
What are these guys doing? First they ban it, then they
banning crypto, right? Go ahead, you read the story. Banning crypto, and now they're teaming up with crypto.
It's like PayPal, right? 2018 crypto sucks. 2020 we love crypto. Like, these guys just talk out of both sides of their mouth all the time. So, yep.
Yeah, they're trying to figure it out,
Yep. And this is like a coming of age story. This is it. Like, you just can't ignore it anymore. So.
And that's what it is. Most larger companies, they like to sit back and watch everybody make mistakes and figure it out.
Yep.
And they're realizing, oh, shoot, we can't sit back on this one and figure it out. We got to jump in and do something.
Might have missed the boat already. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
This one's interesting, though, because it kind of goes along with like Dynamo type stuff in the sense of trying to monetize or help people monetize their music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I love that. This is again the peer-to-peer, decentralized, bringing content from the producer to the person with no intermediary. TikTok is an intermediary, so they're going to say that they're going to do it better, faster, cheaper, whatever. But in the end, they're still the middleman. They're like crypto is still the antithesis of all these guys, right? The idea is on the blockchain, and you don't have to worry about the middle guy censoring or collecting a fee or anything else, right? Like it's just person to person, right? And so all the guys are afraid of losing their piece of taking it in the middle.
Becoming the next MySpace. Everybody's worried about being the next MySpace.
Remember MySpace?
Lycos, baby, Lycos.
Lycos, yes. God,
It used to be you were the first one in. You were going to make it. You know. And a lot of people say, you know, Bitcoin's the first one in. They'll be there forever. Who knows? They could be the AOL.
Yeah. I would not be surprised. I mean, I got to be. You know, I would not be surprised. You know, other than being the first, I would love for somebody to tell me what is the utility of Bitcoin. Same with Doge or Shiba or anything, right? Like, what is the utility? I don't know.
But I think most of crypto is trying to figure out their utility.
Right now, everybody's trying to suss that out. Yep. Programmable money. That's it's got. You got to have smart contracts and you got to have NFTs. If you don't have those two things, you know, I don't know how you survive in the next 10 years.
All right. Next story. Dogecoin, always finding a way to stay relevant in the news. I heard something the other day about what is a Safe Moon? Where is Safe Moon now? And they're just starting to drop out of existence. Well, Dogecoin updated their foundation and their board of directors. And they're trying to say that they're going to be having some really cool or interesting updates in a few weeks. And if you look at their board of directors, maybe we should be doing this with our board of directors. All of them are different little doggy characters.
I love it.
Yes.
I didn't see that. That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Which one is Vitalik? Which one's Vitalik?
Right here. Here's Vitalik.
What the hell?
Awesome.
First of all, as busy as that guy is,
Good.
you know, you really think that he has time to be on this board besides just putting his name on here?
But that's the point, isn't
Doesn't
it?
matter.
That's the point. Vitalik signed his name up, like instant credibility, like game changer. Like, again, good on them. I think everybody, you know, it's a bit of fun in the crypto space. And to Sean's point, you know, all these coins, you know, are searching for their own identity. The identity doesn't need to be all the same for every single coin. You know, I'm a fan of the Doji. You know, it's a bit of fun in the crypto space. And well, I'll give the shameless plug for Dojapalooza, October 9th, Sugarland, Texas.
Yeah.
It's got its own Palooza, Joe.
Yeah.
I think it was also hilarious. You know, they show all the names and what they do. Vitalik Buterin, you know, Ethereum founder, blockchain and crypto advisor, and all these different people. Jared Bashal, representing Elon Musk, legal and financial advisor. It's basically Elon doesn't have time, so he's just going to have a guy sit on the board and tell him what's going on.
He's in a delegate. I mean, but honestly, you could put, I don't know, Jay-Z, right? Like, it could be anybody there, right? Like, it doesn't really matter. It's just, it's the cachet of the celebrity, you know? And that is what Doge is about. It's literally a copy of Bitcoin with no other functionality. Like, you know, somebody please tell me, what does Dogecoin do? Doesn't do anything, you know?
Mm-hmm.
It's a copy of Bitcoin with a couple of parameters tweaked. It was built as a joke, and now it's, you know, I don't know, $100-something billion asset class.
Yeah, it's a vehicle for speculation. There was a story that came out that in Europe, in the Premier League, one of the soccer clubs, I think Watford. Yeah, Messi's getting paid, and I think Watford is going to be wearing the Doji logo on their jerseys.
Yep. It's you know, it's the Louis Vuitton of crypto, right? It doesn't do anything, it doesn't mean anything, but it's a cachet. Yep.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, good on them for creating now. Yeah. Like, I'd love to see where it stands in the global brand rankings, you know?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Got to be a lot higher than anybody would have expected.
Definitely.
That whole Messi thing, I could just rant all day about that. It's a joke. The guy goes on stage crying that he doesn't want to leave Barcelona, and it's his team, and he loves the place. He's made $1.2 billion in his career.
Wow.
You think, and your team is $100 million in debt. The team that you love.
Yeah.
They can't afford to keep me anymore, so I might as well go somewhere else. You've been playing here 17 years.
Yep.
Maybe take a little bit less and help the team that you love so much.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
1.2 billion made over his career.
Yeah. We should all be so lucky.
Yeah, he's got to pay the rent, Joe. He's got to pay the rent. You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
on his 27 houses.
Let's see if I've been neglecting our crowd over here. Nobody's got any questions today.
It's a little
Yeah,
quiet.
it's a quiet Wednesday,
I
man.
know.
We're at
Quiet
47
Wednesday.
minutes.
The Wednesday in
Yeah, we're
August.
good.
Everybody's on the beach having margaritas.
See if we got anything else.
Bordeaux.
Around
Yep.
with that one. Here's one for you. I might as well throw up. This wasn't on our list. I found this when I was trying to find different stories. Microsoft wants to use Ethereum blockchain to fight piracy with their programs. So they're starting to try to figure out ways to use Ethereum so people can stop ripping them off.
You know, I
decided to use them.
I saw a very interesting article in the same vein. There's a coin that is allowing people to register trademarks so that you can, have first claim. And this is a way definitely to publicly announce that you have ownership of some trademark for USPTO purposes. And I thought that was a very innovative way to sort of claim your ownership of something.
Yeah, that's brilliant, Sean. I just filed a trademark application 2 months ago, and what a laborious, Byzantine, slow process that is.
Right.
No,
So
that's
a valid point because
how do you prove that you're the original owner of something? How do you prove that you're the first publisher of it?
Yep.
What better way than an immutable blockchain?
Yep.
Put an NFT up on something. It's time-stamped. It's completely public. It's disseminated everywhere. It's blah blah. It checks all the boxes. It's super cheap. So I thought that was a wonderful way to use blockchain. I thought it was one of the very great concrete use cases.
That's a great idea, and it's much cheaper than doing a one on Ethereum.
Well, yeah, or
in a lot of
publishing in
ways.
newspapers or any of these other kind of ways. Like you need to prove that on a certain date you owned this idea or this concept or this logo or whatever else. Make an NFT and put it up in the blockchain. It's a great way, and then you go to the USPTO and file your thing, and they ask for proof. And you say, here you go. Here's my hash, or here's my whatever it is to say that I put it out there. Yeah, awesome.
We have, let's see what we got down here. John says he's still listening to us while he's getting a workout in.
Mm-hmm.
But I like this whole idea because I know a lot of comics that are always worried about people ripping their stuff off. You really can't sue when somebody steals your material, but at least you could say, hey, I thought of it first.
Yep. First attribution of really anything, right? Who was the first person to coin a phrase or any of these kind of things. Yep. Publishing on the blockchain is a pretty cool way of doing that.
Delius says that's a whole lot, like a lot less than 16 megabytes of data. You think it'll ever increase bigger than 16 megabytes? I know my average picture is a lot of times bigger than that.
We could. I mean, I designed. The only reason I designed it that way was that the next, let's call it level up, is 2 gigabytes, and I felt that was too large. Yeah. So it was kind of a choice between 3 bytes and 4 bytes.
Joe, I'm surprised you don't know this. You can change the setting on your iPhone for like different size of the picture resolution. I'm sorry.
Like my high quality.
Exactly. I insult you. iPhone pictures.
Let's see. We'll wrap it up here. Let me see what else. Everybody loves to quote anything with, what I think is hilarious. If Michael, this is probably the most overused quote I see anywhere. It's anybody's talking about The Big Short's Michael Burry, and how he predicted the 2008 crash, and he's predicting crypto is going to crash, and now he's going after Cathie Wood. People can say for 10 years something's going to crash, and then it eventually happens. It doesn't mean they're right. They did it 2 days before. He said it for like 4 years.
I could say every day there's going to be a tornado, and in the 10th year that I say it, there's a tornado. All of a sudden, I'm right. Like you can't. That's a fallacy. So
My favorite one is a broken clock is right twice a day.
At least twice a day. That's right. So
Valid point. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't buy that at all. I think again, crypto is here to stay. It's not going to.
And here's one of the other things that some on the Twitterverse, the crypto Twitterverse, are saying makes crypto bearish. That Coinbase knows something nobody else does. That Coinbase stockpiles 4.4 billion in case of crypto winter. So immediately, crypto Twitter is saying that the reason why they're doing this is crypto winter is coming fast. Yeah.
No. Sorry. No. No. Just no. Sorry.
No.
I'm not buying it.
I just love to give the clickbait. I like to throw out the clickbait stories.
Clickbait.
A lot of these are clickbait stories. Take runs. Yeah, Vincent. Yes, Vincent. Black Swan. Everybody's talking about the Black Swan. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the comments they said in here, that they just were preparing for that Black Swan event.
Yep. Well, all those GameStop shorters learned a lesson too, I think so. Yep.
All right, let's see what the rest of the gang has, because we are running up on about 45 minutes. He's gambling on Black Swan and eventually won. Yeah, he did. He just kept on saying it, and then they made a movie about him, so now he becomes a genius forever.
Right.
Yeah.
No, thanks. I'll take common sense over any of that nonsense any day of the week.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, guys. Any other wise advice before we leave?
No, I'm ready for Friday. Let's bring on Friday. The Friday show is going to be awesome.
Yeah, we'll do a live stream of NFTs and hopefully a proof of concept of the game as well.
It's a big deal.
Before we leave, I put the Dynamo wallet in there. If anybody hasn't signed up and made a Dynamo wallet, go do it now. Do it now.
Yep, and
Santa's hitching up display, John.
Santa's we'll be very shortly. Maybe tomorrow, but definitely by Friday. We'll be offering Dynamo for purchase through PayPal and Stripe, so you can use your credit card or your bank account. But we can't offer sale of it. We can, so you can buy it from the foundation. It'll be small amounts. We're not going to offer. We're not looking to sell tons of it and flood the market. But when somebody opens a wallet, we want them to be able to put 10 or 20 Dynamo into the wallet for a few dollars. And obviously that's hard right now with the friction on Safe Trade and otherwise, being a miner or getting it somewhere else. So we want to make it really super easy to acquire small amounts of Dynamo. Hopefully on Friday, I'll be able to demonstrate purchasing using PayPal or Stripe as well.
Yeah, Vincent Blocksmith collectible NFT giveaway, possibly.
If we have the game, in a semi-playable state by then, we might be able to give away a little bit of land or something like that. I don't know. We could try. Yeah, see. Let me see. I don't know. Definitely like the week after next. This coming Friday is only a couple of days, so I don't know.
To be continued. Tune in Friday to find out.
Yep.
All right. Exactly. Punkcraft, is he doing his thing tonight? Punkcraft, you doing your DJing tonight?
No, it's Friday. He does it Fridays only.
Oh, I just put it in there. Oh,
no.
Well. I gave him a shout out anyway. You got a free commercial out of it. All right, guys.
Cool.
Thank you, everybody.
Yep.
It's good.
Until Friday.
All right.
Have a good workout, John.
Later on, people.